How's it going, YouTube? I'm your host, Quillysantana, and you're watching the Brains of Sports. And today, man, we back with another video, man. Another brain array. Top 10 teams in the NFL, man. I ain't gonna lie, this NFL season been amazing, man. Where we at, week 14? I ain't gonna lie. It's a lot of... The NFL is very even right now. You know what I'm saying? The NFL is very even right now. Drop down in the comments if you as proud as to rep your team as me, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what's going on. You know what's going on, man. You know what I'm saying? So listen, we finna get right into it, though. We finna get right into it. Let me switch y'all over. 1 second. Yeah, it should be switched over now. Damn. First team we got coming up, number 10. Damn long. Bam! There we go. Houston Texans. Our first team we got coming up. Listen, I ain't gonna lie. I'm very impressed with Houston. Houston is the #1 defense in the NFL. I know a lot of people gonna talk about Denver and everything, but if we go through the statistical categories, Denver is leading in Houston's leading everything. You know what I'm saying? Houston is #1 overall. Let's see. Passing. Let's see their pass defense. They got the #4 pass defense. Denver took a dip because of the Marcus Mariota game. You know what I'm saying? Houston also has the #4 rush defense. And I think they back first in points. They only allow 16 points per game. You know what I'm saying? So Houston is the #1 defense in the NFL to me, personally. And they have the pass rush. They don't have the sacks, the total sacks that Denver has. You get what I'm saying? But I think this is the best defense, especially with the 2 corners. You know what I'm saying? Because I think Kamari Lassiter is better than Riley Moss. You know what I'm saying? But this defense is scary. And I think Houston going to end up winning this division. I think the Colts are trending in the wrong direction. Dan Jones, his fibula is also broke. He has a broken leg. And I don't know how much I really actually trust Jacksonville and Trevor Lawrence. And Houston got some big games coming down the stretch. And my whole thing is that if C.J. Stroud can just get him anything, because that was how it was earlier in this year. Like, they would have beat Seattle in Seattle if the offense would have gave them anything. If you able to give them anything, bro, they're gonna be able to score. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be able to. They're gonna be able to win because this defense is just too good. You're not gonna. It's not too much that you're gonna do on this defense. And coming down the stretch, I believe they got Kansas City Sunday night, Arizona, Las Vegas. That should be 2 wins, and then they got the Chargers and the Colts. So, they could. I ain't gonna say they're gonna win out. They probably not gonna win out. They might beat because Kansas City don't lose at home. But Kansas City down 3 offensive linemen. But Patrick might find a way because they don't really lose at home like that. But they can go 4-1 down the stretch. You know what I'm saying? They only a game behind Indy. You know what I'm saying? It could get spooky. You know what I'm saying? So everything for the Houston Texans season depends on C.J. Stroud in that offense. If C.J. Stroud in that offense could do anything, they gonna win, and they gonna be the first. They gonna win that division, and they gonna be a threat in the playoffs to anybody they play because that defense is so elite. You get what I'm saying? I'm rocking with Houston, man. I know it's like my second home, man. So shout out Houston. Let's get to our number 9 team. Bam, Buffalo Bills. Listen, a lot of people I feel like a lot of people overrate the Bills. And I know I'm not saying this because I'm a Patriots fan, but I feel like a lot of people overrate the Bills. The Bills really, it's certain ways the Bills can win. It's certain ways they gonna win, and mainly they win off the run game. And if you able to slow down the run game, and Josh is very turn back. He's not gonna say he's back turnover prone this year because he's always been turnover prone. He's back turnover prone this year. Because he's trying to make bigger plays because they don't have the offensive weapons. So So if you can slow down the run game, Josh is going to give you a couple. That's how they lost most of their games this year. Well, I ain't even say that because I think the only games they lost where they couldn't really run the ball, they couldn't do none on offense again in Miami. And then the Patriots kind of slowed down James Cook. Josh Allen had like 50 yards. They had like 100 total, but James only had like 50 yards, and the offense was mostly slowed down. And then you got the turnovers. So I think the recipe is already out to beat Buffalo. It's pretty easy. If you slow down the run game, they gonna turn it over. They gonna give you some chances. That's the whole key to beating them. But I think they still is a top 10 team in the league. They're 8-4, and Josh Allen is better than most of every other quarterback that's 8-4. Like the Chargers, you know what I'm saying, Justin Herbert, Daniel Jones, Trevor Lawrence. I feel like the Bills is the most dangerous 8-4 team solely because they have Josh Allen. You know what I'm saying? If he don't turn the ball over, then you could be in for a world of trouble. Let's get to our number 18 though. Bam! San Francisco. San Francisco, I'm not gonna lie. There's no reason in hell that they should be 9-4. San Fran is 9-4. And mind you, let's take a look. Let's take a look at where they defensively rank on the year. Because they lost Fred Warner and they lost Nick Bosa, and they're still putting out an amazing outing. I mean, they middle of the pack actually, bottom 20 in the league defensively. But I don't know. It just seems like every time when I watch San Fran, their defense is good enough to win a lot of games. Like the defense is like a very good defense, especially when you don't have Nick Bosa. You lost him to ACL. You lost your first round pick, Michael Williams, to ACL. You lost Fred Warner to a broken ankle. You know what I'm saying? One of the best defenders in the NFL. It's like you lost a lot of pieces, and that defense was already young. You know what I'm saying? It was already a rebuilding defense. And then Kyle Shanahan, I feel like he's too good of a coach to win Coach of the Year. But, like, you could say Kyle could be Coach of the Year because he lost his starting quarterback. Purdy really ain't played all year for real. I think Purdy, besides like these last two games, he only played that Jacksonville game and he played the Seattle game. Other than that, Mac Jones played all year. So all year he's been playing, winning with a backup quarterback, and all his receivers. Ayuk has never came back. Ayuk's probably not going to be there next year either. Ricky Pearsall was out. Juwan Jennings was out. Kittle was out. Y'all forgot. I think Kittle got hurt like week 1 or 2. You know what I'm saying? And he had to go on the IR. Kittle was out for most of the year. So, like, that's why I say, like, they beat the Rams with Kendrick Bourne catching, like, 10 passes. And he had a crazy game. And Mac Jones. Like, they was doing that with Mac Jones, backup tight end, Kendrick Bourne, and fucking, like, CMC. That's it. And that young defense. That's all. And that's how they beat the Rams in L.A. You get what I'm saying? In prime time. I think it was like a Thursday night game. He beat the Rams. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, hey, they shouldn't even be here, to be honest. And I give credit where it's due. And I think now that Purdy's back, Kittle's back, you can see the run game was way better with Kittle. You get what I'm saying? Ricky Pearsall is back. Juwan Jennings is back. I don't feel like, I know a lot of people think they might fall off. You know, Dallas is going to make the playoffs, but I just don't see Dallas making it, to be honest, because I don't see what team falls off the map for them to make it. Like, I don't think it's San Fran because they 9-4. 2 wins get you in the playoffs. All they need to do is get 2 wins. I know they scheduled by heart, actually, because I was talking to, you know what I'm saying, some family about this. They play, like, Tennessee, and then they got, like, the Bears. They have the Colts on Monday night, the Bears, and then they got Seattle. They're going to win 2 of them games. Especially, they're going to win the Tennessee game. That's a lot. All they got to do is win 1 more game after the Tennessee game. I don't think they're going to drop all 3 games. You get what I'm saying? Like, you don't come this far battling all the injuries you battle just to get healthy and then fall off. You get what I'm saying? So, shout out to San Francisco. They've been balling all year. You know what I'm saying? Let's get to our number 17, though. Bam, Philly. Cardiac Philadelphia, man. Listen. If you follow on TikTok, man, you know that I've been arguing with some Philly fans on TikTok just because the Philadelphia fans are pretty delusional. The Eagles fans is pretty delusional, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like, they seriously think just because you're winning, nothing can be wrong with your team. And I said this, I was saying this beforehand. You get what I'm saying? Before the Cowboys game, I was saying this. And it don't matter because we 8-2. Okay, dickhead. So now when y'all 8-4, y'all on another 2-game losing streak. Now y'all, I mean, they've been saying fire Kevin Patullo, but now y'all talking about this and this and that. When people been telling y'all that, y'all say it don't matter because we win it. Just get off Jalen Hurts' dick, y'all dick ride Jalen Hurts. But now it's man, no. We've been told y'all the folks going on. Kevin Patullo is ass. He can't call plays, and Jalen Hurts ass can't throw intermediate throws. We've been told y'all this all year. The offensive line been banged up. It's not the same offensive line as last year. Lane has missed the last couple of games. Mekhi Becton's not there anymore. Cam Jurgens. Was that Cam or Landon Dickerson? One of them came into the season off of surgery. He had, before the regular season started, he had to get surgery. So we know he's not healthy. And Jurgens and Dickerson been in and out the lineup with injury. So yeah, only one that's been there is Jordan. So the offensive line of the Saints banged up. Saquon getting hit in the backfield as soon as he touched the ball. You get what I'm saying? Just nothing's right. You know what I'm saying? That whole offense is not right, and it's not gonna get right. It's not gonna be better at all. So, you know what I'm saying? I still think they're a dangerous team, though. I still think they can make noise in the playoffs. I still think you can see them end up in Super Bowl just because there's so much talent on that team. If they have one good game, and that's all it's taking the playoffs. You get what I'm saying? Because you can have a mid game. We haven't seen them have mid games and lose because they have a great defense. But you have one great game, and then you end up in the NFC Championship game. It's like, oh my God, we one game away from going back to the Super Bowl and defending our title. You get what I'm saying? But they got to find some way to get some type of offense. You know what I'm saying? It don't got to be elite like last year. It just can't be. You can't be leading the league in 3 and outs. You can't be having more. You dare have more punts than you have touchdowns this year. Or scoring drives. You get what I'm saying? Like, you can't. That's just it. You can't do with that type of. That's the type of shit you just can't do, you know what I'm saying, with that amount of talent on the team. You get what I'm saying? It's just unacceptable. So, I mean, we'll see what they do. I see some Cowboys fans hoping and praying that Philly fall off. I mean, they could, because I don't really believe in that offense at all. They could have a meltdown like they did in 2023. But, you know what I'm saying, that might not happen again. You get what I'm saying? That'd be horrendous. But let's get to our number 16, man. Enough with dude now. The G, man. All the cheese heads, man. Y'all at number 6, man. Y'all at number 6. Y'all, and I've been really very, very skeptical of Green Bay. Besides, after the first couple weeks, if you watching the videos, you know what I'm saying. You know I had them the best team in the NFL after the first 2 weeks because I didn't know the Commanders was gonna be trash this year. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, they beat a playoff contending team in Washington. You know, and Jaden was hurt a little bit, so. But yeah, they beat Washington. They manhandled Detroit. Week 1, I'm like, oh man, Green Bay looking nasty. He's the best team in the league. And pretty much after that, I haven't been impressed. I'm not gonna lie, like, you go to Cleveland, you know, lose. Then you go to Dallas. The strong suit of your team actually is the defense. But Dak and them hang 40 on you with no CD. I know a lot of people seeing what the Cowboys doing now, but remember, when they got that tie, CD was hurt because he hurt his ankle in the Bears game the week prior. So with no CD, you know what I'm saying? And it's before, this was like, I guess you could say this was the start of George Pickens tear he been on for the whole season. But yeah, with no CD, they still put a 40. You get what I'm saying? They still put a 40 on Green Bay. And I seen that terrible clock management at the end of overtime where I feel like they should have lost. They was blessed to have 1 second left on the clock. Otherwise, they wouldn't even have a tie. Dallas would have beaten them. You know what I'm saying? Dallas would have had a win. So I always felt like, I guess morally, that they lost that game and I wasn't really impressed. And then plenty of games after that, like, let me see, because they had a game against Arizona. I feel like they shouldn't even won that game. Like, that was terrible. They had the Bengals game. After that, and they had the Cardinals game, like I said. It was just like, Then they had the Steelers game where Jordan Love showed out. You get what I'm saying? Then this is where they had the loss to the Panthers at home when Jordan Love played like hot garbage, and they only put up 13 points at home to Carolina, and then they lost to Philadelphia 10-7. You know what I'm saying? Was okay against the Giants, okay against Minnesota, and amazing this last game against Detroit. So I haven't been impressed with them. You know what I'm saying? Outside of the first 2 weeks, my whole thing was just Green Bay is just the inconsistency. It's funny that most teams, the way most teams play on a consistent basis is due to their quarterback. You get what I'm saying? Like, if you notice, so like Green Bay's problem is they're too inconsistent, and Jordan Love's problem is that they're too inconsistent because Matt LaFleur's play calling is inconsistent as far as what he's calling. He's not gonna hand the ball off on the inside zone to Josh Jacobs 97 times. You get what I'm saying? Or if he decide like he gonna let Jordan Love throw it. I don't know. Matt LaFleur sometimes don't seem like he really know what he want to do, but he does because I know the tree come from. He want to run the ball, but they can't run the ball. Josh Jacobs, this is not having that great of a year. He only getting like 3 yards a carry. So I don't know. Like, it's kind of wishy-washy, just like Jordan Love. Jordan Love, he has 19 touchdowns, 3 picks. Jordan Love has been going crazy this year, but then he had multiple games where he's just mid or like piss poor. You get what I'm saying? It was just like underwhelming as far as what you're trying to expect from Jordan Love. It's like it make you change your expectations. And that's my problem with the Green Bay. You know what I'm saying? I ain't been really that impressed. A lot of people, though, think they're super, super elite. I kind of took a step back from that because they're too inconsistent to be that. But it's a lot of teams that, are not like super dominant or nothing like that. They're just good teams. That's why I said this season in the NFL is crazy because it's a lot of teams that kind of hover around all the same place. You get what I'm saying? Except one team, you know what I'm saying? But let's get to number 5, though. Chi-Town. Good, better, best. Never let it rest. You get what I'm saying? I got the Bears, man. I know a lot of Packers fans, y'all probably gonna be mad about me having the Bears above y'all. But they are number 1 seed in the NFC right now. You know what I'm saying? I think they're number 5. They beat Philly. You know what I'm saying? This is a big game coming up. This week 14. This is a huge game coming up in Lambeau. You know what I'm saying? It's a huge game coming up. Caleb versus Jordan Love. Matt LaFleur versus Ben Johnson. You know what I'm saying? Listen. And that's why I say, like, this is, y'all are, I feel like they're even. A lot of people try to make it seem like the Packers are so much better. Like, the Packers have not put on way elite better tape on film than, like, the Bears. You get what I'm saying? They haven't. Like, their offense is not better than the Bears. The Bears literally, I think they're second or first in explosive plays this year. They had the second best run game. And since like week 3-4, they have the number 1 run game. They had the second best run game in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? They like 6th in scoring. You know what I'm saying? Their offense is way better than the Packers offense. Now the Packers defense is more sound. You get what I'm saying? It's better than the Bears defense. And we don't even know what the Bears defense truly is because they've been hurt. A lot of their players is hurt most of the year. You get what I'm saying? Like, even when they just played Philadelphia, they didn't even have their star linebackers for real. I don't think TJ played, and I know Tremaine didn't play. And that was the first game they had Jalen Johnson back all year. Jalen Johnson only played, 1 game, 2 games? I think he got hurt the second game, or he got hurt the first game he played this year. And he been out all year. So they're a top tier corner in the NFL that just came back to that team. And then they just got Kyler Gordon back. Kyler Gordon only played like 3 games. You know what I'm saying? They're good nickel corner. You know what I'm saying? They other corner, Tyree Stevenson, he ain't been playing. That's why Deshaun Wright been playing like more. Because Jalen was out and then Tyreek was out. Like, so they've been missing. The only people that have been healthy is like Kevin in the D-line, Kevin Byard and Jaquan Brisker in the D-line. They're missing in corners and they linebacking core. So we don't know how good the defense actually can be, but we do know that no more than takeaways. You know what I'm saying? We do need no more takeaways, and that's going to be the biggest thing for this Week 14 match was that if Jordan Love turned the ball over once, they're 1-3-1 this year. If you don't turn it over, they're 7-0. Let me say that again. If Jordan Love does not turn the ball over, the Packers are 7-0. If he turns the ball over 1+ times, they're 1-3-1. Every loss he had this year is Kane with a pick. He only has one win when he turned the ball over. You know what I'm saying? So Chicago, I think this is a very good team. I don't think they reached their ceiling yet because Caleb still can get better. You know what I'm saying? They have an elite running game. And it's the dual back with Monangai and Swift. You know what I'm saying? Ben Johnson's scheme is excellent. You've seen that on display when they smashed Philly. They ran for 280 yards on Philadelphia. 280 yards. You get what I'm saying? So Green Bay going to have to come with their A game. I think these two teams are very even. I'm really impressed with the Bears doing right now. You get what I'm saying? They lead the league in takeaways. Kevin Byard's probably having the best year of his career to me. And you know what I'm saying? I've been watching Kevin Byard. And they getting healthy at the right time. So this game is going to prove a lot for the Bears and a lot of Bears haters. You know what I'm saying? If they beat Green Bay in Green Bay. Also, this is a big NFC matchup because if Chicago loses, they fall down to the 7th seed and Green Bay go to the 1 seed. So this is crazy. I'm not going to lie. I like what the Bears doing right now. Let's get to number 4, though. Denver Broncos, man. Gotta give them respect. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know I've been very critical of Denver this year. But I loved what I seen from Bo Nix. Well, I'm going to say love. That's really strong. But I did love what I seen from Bo Nix. What was that, Sunday night against Washington? Even though, like, and see, I'm not one of people like, oh, you know what I'm saying? It was Washington. Like, no, bro. I need you to play like that against Washington. That's what I'm expecting then. Don't try to tell me it's a bum-ass team and then you don't perform. Like, you know what I'm saying? These are still NFL teams at the end of the day. Like, I don't like all that silly shit. That shit don't matter. Because really good quarterbacks perform versus bum-ass teams. That's the problem. And a lot of quarterbacks don't, on a consistent basis, perform against trash teams. They be having fluke games and they be underperforming a lot. You get what I'm saying? So, I was very impressed with what I seen from Bo Nix. You know what I'm saying? Bo Nix, this was what I asked for. You know what I'm saying? First quarter, put some points on the board. Second quarter, put some points on the board. Third quarter, put some. You get what I'm saying? It was a consistent diet of run the ball. Bo Nix made some great throws. Third down and 7, converting. You know what I'm saying? Third down and 8, converting. Third down and 5, converting. You know what I'm saying? Going down the field methodically. That's what I was liking to see from Denver. You know what I'm saying? I was very impressed from Denver. You know what I'm saying? From what I seen, because that's what I've been asking for. Consistency, because of what I told, same thing I told Philly. Your defense, you don't have the 2000 Ravens defense. Your defense is not holding teams 15 points every game, 13 points every game. It's not going to happen. I'm telling you this right now. Their defense is going to have games where they just don't got it today. Where they're a little slow, you know what I'm saying? A little tired, you know, a step behind, and they just not playing their best, you know, that they can play. And that's what happened. Mariota put up 400 passing yards on Denver. Mariota, like, you know what I'm saying? He put up 400 passing yards on Denver. You get what I'm saying? And he almost won them that game. Shout out Nick Benito, though. You get what I'm saying? And, you know, I'm a Patriots fan, so we fighting for the number 1 seed. So I was on the hate watch. And I was so happy, like, when they get the touchdown. And I knew they was going to go for 2 regardless because their best unit in the game was the offense. You know what I'm saying? So you're not going to kick the extra point and then let Bo Nix get the ball back because Bo Nix been torching that defense. You got to try to win the game with your best unit, you know what I'm saying, on the field, which is the offense. So I knew it was going to go for 2. And I'm just sitting there like, man, I'm smiling because I know, I'm like, man, they're not going to get the 2-point conversion if they get the touchdown. So now Terry catch the touchdown on a little pick, you know what I'm saying? So now they line it up, Denver calls timeout. So I'm like, man, dang, now I'm anxious because I'm like, bro, this is Denver's best unit. It's just the defense. Denver is not allowing you to go down the field and get 8 points. You had to get the touchdown and the 2. And but Washington almost got it though. But like I said, Nino made a play, but I knew they weren't gonna get it though. Like I knew they weren't gonna give up 8 points. Like they give up the touchdown, and you know what I'm saying, the 2. So it was crazy, man. I was on a serious hate watch, man, because I'm trying to get that number 1 seed though. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Denver though. Shout out Denver, but I was impressed with what I seen from Bo. You get what I'm saying? And he picked his defense up like they've been picking his ass up. And that's what I've been asked for. You need to be able to consistently have a rhythm You know what I'm saying, on offense. So that way, when you get into those positions, they scared to give you the ball back. See, now, like, they wouldn't have been scared to even give Bonus the ball back if it was 4 weeks ago. If Bonus wasn't playing like he was playing that Sunday, that night, then they would have just gave him the ball back and be like, man, we can get a stop. If we get a stop and then come back and get our best unit the ball back, all we got needs 3. We don't need no touchdown. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's what I'm or they wouldn't even probably have been in that position. Washington would have just won that game and it would have been over. You know what I'm saying? So shout out Denver. I was impressed with both. You get what I'm saying? Let's get to our number 3 team though. The Seattle Seahawks. Seattle just cold to me. You know what I'm saying? I love I think that's Clint Kubiak's system. I think Clint Kubiak's the OC. I love Clint Kubiak's system. You get what I'm saying? That defense is crazy. That defense is crazy. I'm not gonna lie. That defense is crazy. I just actually was playing with them on Madden. That defense is cold, man. The offense even cold. They got Shaheed. You know what I'm saying? The speed got Cooper Kupp running them underneath routes and intermediate routes. JSN, the best receiver in the NFL right now. Their season is literally gonna come down on Sam Darnold. You get what I'm saying? Is Sam gonna be able to perform in these big games? And I don't even think that. Like, see, the Rams, I don't take the Rams, like, the Rams game only, I kind of take it out separate from, like, the rest of the NFL, the good teams. I know he played good against Tampa. You get what I'm saying? He played good, you know what I'm saying, against San Fran week 1. They ended up losing that game because he got strip sacked, but because the Rams game was just so bad. And the last 2 years, we can obviously see that the Rams have his number. You know, and that's a lot of teams and a lot of players. Like, certain teams just have their number and they don't play good against. You get what I'm saying? Certain DCs just have certain guys' number, or certain teams just have certain teams' number. And it's clear to see that the Rams have his number. You get what I'm saying? They play later this year. You know what I'm saying? I think like week 16 or something, like 17 or something like that. So we're going to see if he's going to be able to bounce back against the Rams. But that's what it's really going to come down to, is because this roster is fantastic. And this is also a lesson to a lot of GMs on how to actually build your team. I need to find out Seattle's GM name, because this is how you build a team. And this is why I say we have to stop paying these mid quarterbacks $50 million. There's no way that Trevor Lawrence and these certain guys should be making $250 million, because you're not worth $250 million. If we give you $250 million, we're expecting you to do what Josh Allen's doing, carrying a team that's way less talented. We expected you to do what Patrick Mahomes did. Like, Patrick Mahomes won the Super Bowl with Juju Smith-Schuster as his number 1, and Sky Moore, and fucking Valdez Scanlon, you know what I'm saying, MVS. You get what I'm saying? So we're expecting you to do super duper hero things if we give you this money. And a lot of quarterbacks are not even capable, let alone going to do super duper things. So no reason you should be making this money. Like, I think Sam Darnold getting like $30 million a year, $33-35 million a year. That's perfect. That's perfect. And that's been one of my problems also with Dak. Shout out my boy Dak, because Dak top 3 this year. But Dak, you can't be making $60 million and you ain't able to pick up the team. You gotta be able to elevate your teammates, and we're giving you $60 million. What the fuck I'm giving you $60 million for? I could have got somebody else in here and spent that money elsewhere. You get what I'm saying? So that's the problem. And you see their team is built, that team is stacked, and he only making like $35 million or something like that. You get what I'm saying? So a lot of teams don't need to be paying these quarterbacks all this money. If you're not an elevator, you can't elevate the team when it's less talented. You get what I'm saying? We do super duper hero things, and we don't need to give you that amount of money. You know what I'm saying? In Seattle, that's why their roster is so good. That's why they're so good this year. You know what I'm saying? They got elite defense. I'm talking about elite defense. You know what I'm saying? They got two running backs. You know what I'm saying? My boy K9, Charbonnet, and they got plenty of weapons for Sam. So it's really gonna come down to Sam and how he perform. You know what I'm saying? He got a couple more big games. Got San Fran at the end of the year. Got the Rams again. So we're going to see if is it just a big game malfunction, or is it just the Rams? Like I said, do they just have his number? You know what I'm saying? Let's get to the number 2 team. The number 2 team, the Los Angeles Rams, Sam Darnold, arch nemesis. It was my number 1 team, you know what I'm saying? But they had a bad week, you know what I'm saying? Matthew had a bad week, you know what I'm saying? They was due for one. No, I'm not overreacting, you get what I'm saying, to anything. I still think they're a top tier team in the league. You lose to Carolina, which is fighting for the division right now. They 7-6. They're an actual good team. You know what I'm saying? They caught you sleepwalking, going from the West Coast to the East Coast. You know what I'm saying? 1 o'clock game. So they caught you snoozing for a little minute. Matthew didn't play his best. You know what I'm saying? Had 2 picks, a pick 6, strip sack for the game. You know what I'm saying? It happens. Like, and that's what I tell people all the time. You gotta understand. I mean, as fans, you don't want to hit none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta understand. Like, most teams is going to lose 4 to like 3 to like 7 times. If you're gonna make the playoffs, you can lose like 3 to 8 times and make the playoffs. You get what I'm saying? Your team is gonna lose. You're not gonna win every single game. You get what I'm saying? It's just fun to win. So yeah, they was due for one. You know what I'm saying? They was due for a loss. I don't think this is anything like a trend. I don't see a trend coming out of them dropping 2 more in a row or something like, or the next 2 out of 3. Yeah, and they look up and they had 6 losses. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's nothing like that. I just think Matthew had a bad game. There was a game they still could have won, even with Matthew. The 2 weeks before the fumble, they was in position to win that game. You know what I'm saying? They was in position to win that game, but you know what I'm saying, critical mistakes, and you gonna go down. You know what I'm saying? Can't turn the ball over that many times and expect to win the football game. So, I mean, I feel like the Rams is alright, but you know what I'm saying? We ain't really here for them people. Y'all know who number 1, don't y'all? Let's get to that one. Let me play my song real quick. I gotta play my song. Hold on, I'm tweaking. I gotta make sure my song got fucked. Aight. Let me stop tweaking though. Listen though. Let me fix my accessories, man. Messing though. I'm just saying. I don't even got too much to say for real. Like, just look what I'm saying though. And shout out my Patriots fans, man. Shout out to Pats Nation, man. Cause remember last year, we was 4-13, man. Remember the year before that, we was 4-13. Remember when we lost to the Chargers? Hold on. Let me talk to my. Watch out, man. Let me talk to my Patriots fans real quick. Listen, brothers and sisters, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, remember we lost to the motherfucking Chargers 0-6? Remember that? Remember we couldn't even muscle up a field goal. Shout out my nigga BB. Shout out Bill. Remember Bill only gave up 6 points on defense. They gave up 2 field goals to a playoff team. We lost. We didn't even score. We couldn't even get a touchdown. We couldn't even get 3 points. Remember we lost to the Giants? Like 13-6 or some shit. Then we lose like to the Jets also. We could get more than like 6 points. Remember we had like 9 points or some shit, 13 points in the 3-game stretch. It was the lowest in the NFL history over a 3-game stretch. Remember we was running around with fucking Bailey Zappi at quarterback? Bailey Zappi handing the ball off to watch Zeke. Shout out my nigga Zeke though. The most horrific. I can't even talk. Like, even trying to bring this shit up almost made me my body want to shut down my mental. You get what I'm saying? I'm scarred for life because of this type of shit. Like, remember when we was in Las Vegas? Hand the ball off to Ramondre run like 30 yards. He flip it back to Jacoby, and Jacoby for some reason turns around and tries to throw it 30 yards across the field to Mac Jones, but ends up hitting Chandler Jones right in his fucking hand. And Mac Jones was like 7 yards away from Chandler, so I don't know who he was really throwing it to. And then Chandler Jones catches it, stiff arm Mac Jones, and run into the end zone. Y'all remember that? Do you remember that? Do you remember that type of shit? Was you there for that type of shit? Was you there for that type of shit? Was you there for when Cam, you know what I'm saying? I ain't even gonna do this. I ain't gonna disrespect Cam like that. Fuck Cam, but I ain't gonna disrespect Cam like that. You know what I'm saying? Cause he done made some slick shit, man. He ain't said some slick shit, but we ain't gonna get into Cam. But shout out my nigga Cam, though, man. You know what I'm saying, man. Do you remember that type of shit, man? I know y'all remember that. I know y'all remember this type of shit. Do you remember N'Keal Harry? Us having to watch N'Keal Harry snaps, man. N'Keal Harry. You remember having to watch Nelson Aguilar? What a time to be alive, man. We back. And I know it's only a lot of people who keep trying to. I don't know what's wrong with them. Like, I don't know why they not figuring out that the Patriots is the best team in the NFL. I really want to know, like, why. We got the best quarterback in the NFL right now. Not overall, you know what I'm saying, because that's Patrick Mahomes. I'm talking about right now in the NFL this season, we have the best quarterbacks. Not Matthew Stafford. If Drake May had Devontae Adams and Puka Nacua, I guarantee he have 40 tutties right now. He had more tutties than Matthew Stafford. 100% guaranteed. He had more touchdowns than him. He already had more yards than him, better completion percentage, more yards per game than him. You know, they have the same passer rating. You're more yards per attempt than him. You get what I'm saying? He has better deep ball completion percentage. Better EPA than him. Whatever you want to look at, it's better. I guarantee you, except touchdown ratio. He got less turnovers. And that gap has been closed. So, got the best quarterback in football right now. You get what I'm saying? Elite defense. You get what I'm saying? Elite special teams. Shout out Andy Borgales, because at the beginning of the season, Andy, I didn't think he was weak, because I knew Mike Vrabel was drafted for a reason, but he had that bad game in Miami where he missed like 2 extra points. You know what I'm saying? I think he missed a kick in week 1. But besides then, for the most part, you've been money. You get what I'm saying? And I still remember that beautiful. I think that's one of the most beautiful kicks I ever seen in my life. That 50-yarder you hit in Buffalo in prime time to win us that game. And besides that, you've been cash. So shout out Andy. Shout out Marcus Jones, best punt returner in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? Best nickel in the NFL. Shout out Marcus. That's what great GMs do. Now, let me not give Elliott too much credit, because Elliott might still do something dumb. But when you sign your players like Marcus Jones early, Jerry Jones, you sign good players early, because by the end of the season, when they keep playing good and the market resetting and the cap going up, people gonna want more money. We already signed him for Marcus Jones for $12 million a year. He already locked in. It's over with. So when the cap go up and the corner start getting paid more, we ain't got to worry about that, because you already got paid. You know what I'm saying? It's over with. You got a contract already. So we got the second best corner in football. You know what I'm saying? Christian Gonzalez. Decent run game. We got a few playmakers. Like all around, the most consistent team in the NFL in an NFL year where it been a bunch of up and down and a lot of teams even. That's the number one. That team to one team is the most consistent team in the NFL right now. It's the most well-rounded team in the NFL. It's not hard to really see. I think 1, 2, 3, especially 1 and 2, is the most consistent teams and most well-rounded teams in the NFL right now. It's them two. Them the best 2 teams in the NFL. But the number 1 team is the New England Patriots. The number 1 team is the New England Patriots. It's not hard to see. If you watch Monday night, and I know it was against the Giants, but like elite quarterback, decent run game, reliable pass catchers, explosive offense. The offense is not, even though we don't got the best receiving core. I love my receivers, but we still got I told you, we lead the league, or we're second behind the Bears, and explosive plays. I was like 20 plus, 30 plus. Explosive plays, we lead the NFL with those weapons. You get what I'm saying? That's why I say, like, if Drake May would have had Devontae Adams and Puka Nacua, should be scary right now. You get what I'm saying? He'd have been putting up Patrick Mahomes 2018 numbers, because he already putting up the efficiency numbers like a 2018 Patrick Mahomes. He just don't got the big play, the touchdowns, like the touchdown. Like he haven't got them bombs, the Tyreek like Patrick had, shit like that. Or like Sammy Watkins when they were just going over the top, bombing people and going across the field and all that. We don't got that. You know what I'm saying? But we still top tier in the league, top 2 in the league in explosive plays. You know what I'm saying? So, best deep ball thrower in the NFL. Shout out Sam Darnold. Just amazing, man. It was just an amazing feeling to be back at the top of the AFC where we belong. Where we've been running the AFC since like 97. You get what I'm saying? Even though I wasn't born nice, I wasn't there to see. I was born 04, but me been running this shit. The NFL odds, and you niggas better be scared because we going to the bowl, and it is what it is, man. You get what I'm saying? We going to the bowl, and it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But that's all for this video, man. Like, comment, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? We gonna be back, man, next week with our next record. We on the bye week this week, so we gonna see what the rest of the league do. Hey, shout out the Raiders. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Raiders. You know what I'm saying? Do something crazy. Get an upset on Denver, man. We need that number 1 seed, man. But, you know what I'm saying? We out.